My name's Angelina Boscarelli from Rogue Theatre, and as the evening draws in here at Rogue Kitchen, we are going to be making a fire-baked lasagna served with dragon potatoes. This is just a simple lasagna based on a traditional family recipe that my dad used to make. So the ingredients are onions, garlic, a little bit of chilli in there somewhere, chilies, courgettes, peppers. So over here we have some mushrooms. We've got some different types. We've got chestnut, some forest, some chanterelle wild mushrooms. Now over here we've got some porcini mushrooms. Now these are very special, the ingredients that my dad would always put in his lasagnas or pastas. Now these are dried. They smell incredible, really nutty and woody and fragrant. Now in order to use these you have to soak them for about 30 minutes in some hot water, and they'll look like this. And you'll just add these with all their juices into your dish and it will be phenomenal. Also, we've just got a bit of stock, add a bit of zest, some tomato puree, some tinned tomatoes, lots obviously because we're feeding loads of mouths. And then for the cheese sauce, we've got some Parmesan cheese, we've got our lasagna sheets, egg lasagna, we've got some full fat ricotta cheese, you can use half fat if you like, and some very strong grated cheddar, vintage English mustard, ground black pepper and sea salt. Let's get some help from the Rogue girls and Alex. Right, in you come. Ooh. Right, vegetables. These are going to need chopping for the lasagna. Okay. Emily, courgettes. Can you slice these please? Thin slices so they cook quickly. Lovely. Brilliant. Peppers, Jenny. Mm-hmm. Can you take the seeds out, slice them in chunks? How about garlic? 1.5 please. Can I have them peeled and sliced? Sure. And diced. Chilies?
Cool, done.
Alex, onions for you. Brilliant. Can you just chop them into chunks?
Yep.
Thank you. Right, so while the choppers are masterfully chopping, I'm going to cut the mushrooms. Fantastic. So we're just going to slice these roughly in chunks. So these aren't forage mushrooms, these are shop bought. If you'd like to forage your own mushrooms, then you need some expert advice. My family used to go off and pick mushrooms and I used to go and help them. It was very, very enjoyable. These porcini mushrooms, we're just going to pop them in like that, so we don't need to cut them at all. Right, I'm just going to finish chopping these mushrooms and then I'm going to make the hot sauce. Right, so before we make the lasagna to bake on the fire, we need to make the hot sauce. Oh wow, yeah, that's ready. Let's put some olive oil in and let's get our ingredients. Right girls, I need the garlic and I need the onions. Great, bit of olive oil. Oh, lovely. Beautifully chopped, Kylie.
Thank you.
There you go. Onions, Alex. Lovely. Oh, there's some rough. Need a bit of salt now to get these sweating down. A couple of big pinches of salt. Get all the flavours releasing out from the onions and garlic. Yeah, I might just dollop a little bit more olive oil in. Lovely. Just going to let this cook down for a couple of minutes before we add the rest of the ingredients. Right, these are looking great. They have sweated down beautifully. We're now ready for our next ingredient. Chilies, please. Right, we'll add our herbs and spices as well. Right, we've just got some oregano and some basil, bit of paprika, bit of smoky paprika in there. Stir those in. Now if it looks like it's getting dry, just add a bit more olive oil, but we're okay for the moment. A couple of big pinches of pepper. Fantastic. Oh, thank you. Oh, 2 bowls. Courgettes. Lovely. Right, courgettes take a little bit of time to cook down, so we'll just let those cook for a couple of minutes. Right, these courgettes are looking delicious. The aromas and smells are fantastic. I'm ready for the peppers, please. Right, I'll also have the mushrooms. All right, thanks, Emily. If I put these ones in first. Thanks very much. Now I'm going to put in the porcini mushrooms and all their lovely juice. Woo. Hello, Gypsy. Oh, Fire's quite hot. Don't be scared. Get in there, give it a good stir. Want all those herbs and spices and juices and flavours and aromas and colours to coat all of the vegetables. Let them sizzle in. Great. Right, I'm just going to add in some bay leaves. These are a fantastic ingredient that my dad would always put in alongside porcini mushrooms. Lovely. Just stir these in and I'm going to let all the ingredients sizzle down a bit, take on all the flavours for a couple of minutes before I add in the tomato puree and tomatoes. Great. This is looking like it's ready for the tomatoes. Good dollop of tomato puree, just like that. Give that a quick stir in. Just want to stir in the tomato puree a bit. It's quite heavy, this mixture. Lovely. Right, Alex. Now, I've got quite a few tins here. Of course, always adjust your recipes in quantity, depending on how many people you've got to feed. Right, here we go. Oh, lovely. Right, now all these tomatoes are all stirred in. I wonder what Stuart's found to put inside this lasagna.
So we've got some wood sorrel here. It's a really good find. It's quite a rare plant, not as common sorrel, but they've got the same flavour, which is a really nice sort of lemony, citrusy flavour, a bit like apple peel. If I pick some, it's got this distinctive three-petalled shape, like a clover leaf. But the difference with clover has a rounded edge. These have these little heart-shaped petals. But the real way to know that you've got exactly the right thing is just to taste it.
That's so juicy.
Yeah,
The
really,
stems,
really,
they've even got even more flavour in the stems. They've got even more, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
The stem just hit me.
Yeah, you get a real burst of flavour, don't you? And so it's a really lovely, punchy, zesty flavour. Sort of really lemony, which comes from the oxalic acid.
What are we going to use it in today?
Well, we could probably use it in the lasagna. That will give a nice sort of fresh, summery flavour to the lasagna, which is probably going to have the courgettes and things like that in, I think.
It does feel like it could go well with cheese.
Yeah, I
palate
think that
really
might be good
fun.
actually. I think you're right. I think probably the lasagna is going to be the best bet for it.
This is
Yeah.
definitely my favourite thing
Yeah?
of the day.
Yeah?
Really nice.
Nice.
What's this?
So we've got wood sorrel here, which we've collected in the woods. This will give us a lovely, fresh flavour to it. A nice,
Right, all in.
zesty flavour, all in there. There we go.
Oh, thanks, Stuart. Good finding.
No worries.
Oh, that looks delicious. What great colours. Right, stirred in all those great ingredients that Stuart's found. Now I need to top it up with a little bit of water and some stock. This is just to make sure that we don't get anything stuck to the bottom. This cooks quite hot, so a bit of extra juice. Oh, a little bit of vegetable bouillon as well. Just a bit of extra flavour. Thanks very much. I'm going to stir this in. I'm going to put the lid on and leave it cooking for around about 15 minutes, just so all the flavours mingle in together beautifully, and then we will construct our lasagna to bake on the fire. To go with our fireside lasagna, we're going to make some dragon potatoes, a wonderful, spicy and aromatic treat to complement any fireside dish. First up, we're going to need some potatoes. These can be any potatoes. I've used some nice Cornish ones. There we are. Into our potatoes, we're going to put butter, thyme, sea salt, garlic, ground black pepper and a touch of olive oil. So we're just going to chop these up quite small because we want them to cook quite quickly. There we are. Just behind me over here, the ladies and Alex are chopping up the new potatoes. How are you getting on? Good. Are they a good size?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm just going to finish these off. Right, that's the last one done. I'm just going to push those to one side and get my foil. I'm using a nice thick foil, double layer, to help it protect it on the hot fire. Get our potatoes, put them in the middle. Once they're in the middle, I'm going to add a generous knob of butter. Okay, and some fresh thyme. It's not foraged, but it'll be delicious all the same. some wonderful freshly chopped garlic. Perfect. Pinch of sea salt. Lovely. Some ground black pepper. Plenty of pepper. And a little splash of olive oil just to get the potatoes sizzling inside the foil. Just before we put these on the fire, let's see if Stuart has foraged us something wild to give these dragon potatoes a fiery kick.
Yeah, so do you reckon that'll... Okay, guys, we've got a really interesting one here. Wild mustard.
Oh, wow.
Anyone like mustard?
Yep.
Yeah?
Tiny does.
All right, we'll come in and grab some. We're after all of it. We can eat the seed pods, we can eat the flowers. They all have a really nice mustardy flavour. Really peppery. Good, aren't they?
Really, really
Wow.
good.
It's like
I know.
instant English mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have with a bit of ham or something.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah, great in a ham sandwich. I think these would be really good with Angie's dragon potatoes. They give a real good spicy kick.
What's this?
So this is some wild mustard.
Ooh.
I think this will go really good with those potatoes.
Yeah.
We can use all of this. We can use the flowers and the little seed pods there, which have got little mustard seeds in. So I think those will give a nice punchy kick to your potatoes.
Brilliant, if you chuck them in there,
Yeah.
not break it up?
Yeah,
or?
break it up. So if you want to
Oh yes, please.
do that there.
Right. Smells delicious.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
No problem.
So now all those lovely ingredients are all on top of the potatoes. We're just going to wrap them up like a Cornish pasty. So as you can see, I've just crimped together the top. You want to do it so you can leave a little bit of air inside. Let them steam. Then just turn in the ends. It's ready for the fire.
Ollie?
Right.
Just a handful. Okay. I might use 2 of my hands.
Can you talk me through this?
Yeah. You need some salt
enough?
and pepper.
Yeah.
Pepper, anyone? Pepper? Oh, I need pepper, yeah. I've got salt down here.
And they look crazy like dynamite. Don't get too close, 'cause I got a bite. A fistful of thorns will let you know my petals are soft as silk and the seeds explode. Walk with me if you can handle the fear, 'cause I'm a wild rose.
Right, let's put your wonderfully parcelled dragon potatoes on the fire. Now this fire's quite hot, so what we're going to need to do is get Nathan to pull some of the embers out. Nath! Right, can you pull some of the embers away from this raging fire so we can place our potatoes around the outside, please? Woo! So what we're going to do is we're going to put them just around the outside of the fire. We want them to be nice and hot, but not in the direct flame, which might be a bit tricky, but we'll give it a go. Okay. Go, go, go. Go, don't burn yourselves.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Okay. Look at this one. This one actually.
Tiny one too.
This one actually looks like a pasty.
That's what happens when you make them in Cornwall. You crimp your tin foil, don't you?
These are going to go on the fire now for about half an hour to 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on how hot the fire is. But we're going to check them after about half an hour to see how they're doing. Right. Now for the cheese sauce. We're going to make a cold cheese sauce today. So I'm going to ask for a bit of help. So Emily, can you come and help me hold my cheese, please? It's a bit heavy. So can you hold the ricotta? First up, we're going to put ricotta in. I'll get involved too. Right, here we go. All this lovely creamy ricotta. Great. Okay, next up, bit of parmesan. Now, I like to use parmesan in with this because it's nice and strong. Really helps to balance out the mild flavours of the ricotta. Lovely. Emily, could you pass me the grated cheese, please? Lovely. So we're going to put about half of this in. I'm going to save the other half for the top of the lasagna. Is that about half?
Yeah.
What do you think? A little bit more. Why not? Okay. Next up, a bit of mustard. You can get me the pepper ready, Emily.
Yep.
Now, This will give it a lovely flavour. So again, maybe 3 or 4. Obviously you'll put a bit less in if you're making a smaller quantity of cheese sauce. This is a lot of cheese sauce. Pepper. Plenty of ground black pepper. I wasn't joking when I said plenty. Right. Pinch of sea salt. 2 pinches. Right, let's give this a stir. Just going to gently combine all these ingredients together. We want to keep the air inside so it stays a nice fluffy cheese sauce. There we are. We want to make sure all the cheddar's mixed in so it gets nice and gooey in the middle of the ricotta. What do you think, Emily?
Yeah, it's looking good.
The sauce for lasagna is looking fantastic. It's now time to layer it up. Ollie, can you bring it over, please?
Yeah.
Ooh, careful. Right, got it?
There we are, fresh off the fire.
Put the lid up. You ready, Emily?
I think so.
Right.
Oh,
Lovely.
How about that?
Great. Let's give it a quick stir. That
Good.
is looking a perfect
Lovely.
consistency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out about 3/4 and put it in here so I can put it back in again. Got it? Okay. Right, Emily. This is smelling some good, Emily.
Yeah, it's delicious.
All those onions. Right. That's it. Sorry, it's a bit hot. Watch your fingers. Yes, no, hold on. Right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah?
Yeah, ready. So that's going to swap these over. Ollie, can I have you back, please? What I'm going to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to lift this one up?
Yes, please. Let's swap it over.
Okay, you go first. There we are.
Beautifully done, Ollie. Thank
There
you
we are.
very
You're
much.
welcome.
Okay, Emily, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's layer this up. This is just egg lasagna. I like using egg lasagna. Just layer it in around the outside. Cover it in a bit. I'll have one more bit, I reckon. Lovely. Right, Emily, cheese sauce.
Yep.
Next layer. Let's do this. So, this is a cold cheese sauce. I've done this so we don't have to mess around making cheese sauces on the fire. This cheese sauce is a little bit thicker than the cheese sauce you'll be used to using, but that's okay. It'll be just as wonderful. Rough and ready cooking. We're going to put the next layer of vegetables in. Our lovely tomatoey, oniony, garlicky, mushroomy vegetables.
It's really thick, isn't it?
It is, it's a great consistency. Good colour too. Right, next, more pasta. That's Emily. So you can sort of dollop it around evenly. Help it spread out a bit. Gently just push it around. Lovely. Look at that. Next layer. Might be the last layer, this one. Okay, I'll go for it.
Yeah.
Just going to put the last little bit in. Sort of push it all down. Fill in all the gaps. Pasta, Emily.
Yep.
Give it a little press as we're putting it on. Make sure all the ingredients are squashed down nicely. Last little bit. Fill in all the gaps. Okay.
Go, go, go.
Hold it, Emily.
Hold it up.
Okay. Now, I'm going to get a slightly smaller spoon here. I'm just going to gently just press it all around. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the lid on. I'll give it a good go.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Okay. Right. That's that all on. Oh, thanks, Emily. Now, this lovely mature cheddar cheese. Just sprinkle that evenly all over the top. Get a nice gooey layer.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this.
Last little bit, I'm just going to grind a little bit of black pepper on the top. Great. Ollie, can I have the lid, please?
There we are.
Gently.
That's cool now, actually.
There you go.
Ready?
Yeah, go. Don't be shy.
How about that?
On.
Oh, there it is.
Can you
Shall
put it
I
on
fill
the fire?
Yep.
Right, Ollie, so if you can put it towards the edge of the fire.
Is that-
Perfect, yep. So this lasagna is going to bake, it's not going to boil. We're going to pack the coals around the outside and then we're going to put some more hot coals on top. We don't want it to be too hot, we want it to gently bake for about 30 to 45 minutes. We'll keep on checking it to make sure it's not burning. Don't worry if the cheese sauce bubbles over everywhere, that's fine. Right, perfect, Ollie. If you would like to find out more about Rogue Kitchen or any of Rogue Theatre's events, please visit roguetheatre.co.uk. See you in the woods. The lasagna now has been cooking for 45 minutes. It's time for the reveal. Are you ready, Ollie?
Yeah, you ready?
Okay, be careful now. Don't get all the
Here
embers
we go.
inside. Ready?
Oh,
Yeah, looking good. Right, who's ready for some lasagna?
Yes,
Please. Oh, it's smoky this fire today.
Oh, go on.
Oh,
Really?
We'll pass it back to
Go,
me.
boys.
There you go,
Large
boys. No,
portions
go.
only. You've got a fork. Oh, Kylie.
Oh my god.
have it, Kylie.
No, that's
Right.
okay. That's got your name all over it.
Mine, is
Yeah,
it?
it's yours.
I've got a bit more pasta in if it's mine then.
Pasta seems like it's
Yeah.
Mustn't
Potatoes.
forget the potatoes.
Okay. Dragon potatoes, right. These are looking very hot. I'm going to be careful as I go in to grab those. Ooh. Right, okay. Let's have a look at these. I'm going to be careful of my fingers here. Gently does it. Whoa. Oh,
yeah.
look at those. Oh, they smell
look
amazing.
delicious.
Smell the mustard and the garlic. Right, let's have a taste. Mmm. That wild mustard is delicious. Right, who wants some dragon potatoes?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
please.
Right, okay.
Yes, please.
Pushing him back inside.
This is really, really garlicky.
Yeah, it is.
Really like it.
And buttery.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
salty and everything.
just everything. Everything which is good.
A few chopped chili.
Food is such a wonderful way to evoke memories and places. For me, this conjures up the mountains of Italy and the mushrooms of the forest in autumn. I've brought my own fiery twist to this traditional family recipe and honoured my dad's wild spirit. You, of course, can bring your own personality and stories to the dish. The fire is a great place to share them. Next time on Rogue Kitchen, we will be making chocolate orange volcano cake, wild spice punch, and fireside coffee. Nathan will be showing us how to leave with no trace, and Stuart will once again bring his hedgerow foraging knowledge to the table.